What's up guys, OCZ Extreme here. I haven't made a video in a while because I've been pretty busy, but this one is about my new computer. So basically, before I had that Dell Studio XPS 435 mini tower, and after a while I got tired of it, so I parted out. I sold the case, motherboard, power supply, and original case fan, and I built this computer for around $200 over winter break. So this case is a Rosewill Destroyer. I got it for only $29.99, and you'll see it later when I turn it on. But this is a basic run through. So I got a refurbished motherboard, the EVGA X58 E758 edition, which is a pretty old one because it was one of the original ones that came out, and it's actually a pain in the ass because there is this gigantic voltage regulator heatsink right here, which means you can't use systems like the Corsair H50 or anything like that for your CPU cooling. And the case actually didn't fare out so well either because due to the large size of the heatsink, it just barely fits under here because the two top fans, which come around here, there is a metal shield right here that is extremely close to this CPU fan. So I would say if you're building a Core i7 computer, don't be as cheap as I am and get the Antec 900 or something like that. You'll be much happier. So basically everything stayed the same. I still have the 6 gigs of RAM. The CPU right now is at 3.4 gigahertz. Still have the same crappy 4650, which I plan to upgrade soon with a 6850 once they go down in price a bit more. And my power supply is OCZ ModxStream Pro 600 watts. I still have the original the DVD burner and the DVD reader. There's a media card reader in front, which is in this bay. You can see it later. And I have 3 hard drives under this mess, which I'll discuss later. Which 2 of these are the 640 gig drives in RAID that I originally had, and there's an additional 120 gig drive down in that dark corner, which you probably can't see, which is a notebook drive. One of my favorite features is that this case comes with a bay, so you can put in 3 mobile hard drives. Bay is right here. You can put 2 on top, 1 on the bottom. You screw them all in, and it works out really nicely. The one thing other than the top side that I hate most about this case is that wire management is basically non-existent. If you take off the other panel on the side, you find basically no room because most of these wires do not fit under the other railing for the drive bays in the front. And this cable for the CPU power, you can't really hide it anywhere because it's a bit too short. The cable for the front audio, which ends up here, blocks one of the PCI slots if I needed it, which is not that great, and there really isn't a place for you to hide it either. I mean, I could put it under the CPU cable, but oh well. The main power, the 24-pin main power, you can't hide it really anywhere. And then here's where the real mess begins. You cannot hide any of these Sata cables. This one's for the eSATA. These are for drives, and there's 3 more down here. They're blue and one's red for the hard drives. And you can't hide them anywhere. The only place you could possibly hide them is down here in this corner, but most of the wires are not long enough, and if I were to add another drive down there, it would be even worse. And so basically right now it's actually cleaner than what most systems would be, considering that my graphics card is tiny since it's half size, and it does not even require a single power. This power supply is modular, so I have 2 more plugs down here, both for the PCI Express 6-pin power, and one's a 6+2 pin for 8-pin power. And if they were in here, it would be way worse than it is right now. So I'm still working on the wire management, but this is the basic idea. It was extremely cheap. Do I regret buying any of it? Not really, because I can live with the wires and they're not interfering with cooling or getting caught in any fan, so it's fine by my standards. If I was building this for a customer or anything, it would be way higher quality and neatness. Actually, I just spent a few minutes doing some slight reorganization. The only changes I really could make were with these cables coming out from the front panel. This one, which I said before was for the audio, I couldn't really do much with because it was all the way over here. But this one for the USB, and these wires down here, these really small wires, I put under the SATA ports down here. So now they come up just over here under there. And the eSATA port on the front, I also looped that under the SATA ports here, so now it plugs in just right here. But still, it is completely a mess. There's not much exactly I can do, especially with the drives here. And it's going to get worse when I get a third 640 gig drive here for my RAID, which I'm guessing I'm just going to leave one 640 gig drive for my primary partition and the other two for fast media access and not storage. I'm seeing if I can get a couple more things too, such as the graphics cards that I've already said, maybe possibly more memory somewhere down the road. I'm fine right now, and I'm looking for one of those slow 2 terabyte Western Digital green drives to put here for storage. And things might change. I might just decide to get more laptop drives like SSDs or something to use for storage or speed for the main OS drive or something. But this is basically it. Now you're going to see it turned on. Okay, so the computer is on right now, and I'm not sure if you can tell in the video, but it's pretty loud. I have the front 120mm blue LED fan. I have the top, one of the top 120mm fans, and the back 120mm fan. Unfortunately, the front and the top are both Molex, and the back is 3-pin. None of these are 4-pin, and I would have wished for the top and the front to be 3-pin, but oh well, it was only 29 bucks. This is the front of the case. We have the blue LED. I have the media card reader, the 2 drives, and up here, power, reset, 2 USB, eSATA, and right here, if you can see, headphone and microphone. So this case does offer a lot for the price. It does have a few drawbacks, but oh well, it works for me. So we go up here. The desk is a little bit different from last time. I have Windows 7 running up here. Here are the 4 drives. These 2 are in RAID, except for I've partitioned them. This is the laptop drive, and this is my external drive. So I will have benchmarks up later. If anyone's interested in the not very accurate Windows Experience Index, here it is. I know the graphics card is pretty bad, and the primary hard disk can't go over 5.9 unless I have a solid state drive. But overall, everything's been nice and good. So this is basically it. If you do have a XPS 435 MT and you got it for a good price like mine, I would highly consider doing an upgrade to a full custom-ish built computer, because you'll definitely see the benefits. You could do something like mine, which was extremely cheap because I had the refurbished motherboard. But if you do get a motherboard, I would consider getting one of the Asus P6T series, because they are way better than the EVGA editions, but I'm fine with it. And for future reference, I have a couple more videos, because I got HTC Droid Incredible, which you probably saw in one of my last videos. I haven't done really anything with it because I haven't had the time, but I've had it for a few months now, so I might do something with that. And over here, new setup. This is my new laptop, finally, after many years with that MacBook that didn't want to work very well. And right now, this is my schoolwork computer. So I have the dual screens. And yeah, I might do a review or something about this, because I got this for extremely cheap, $439 after 15% coupon. And it was only 15%. You could easily get one for a coupon with 20 to 25%. It has the, hold on a second, backlit keyboard, which You probably can't see very well, but it is backlit. It does work really well. It has the ambient light sensor, no webcam, which is okay with me, and it has the NBS 3100M graphics. Core i5 is the i5 540M, which has more business features than the 400 series. I upgraded the hard drive to a 320 gig drive, 7,200 RPM drive from the original 160 gig, 7,200 RPM drive, and yeah, it's been running great. Battery, I do have the simple 6L, but yeah, I'll leave this for the next video and so on. But yeah, that's about it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.